welcome back to my channel. I found this article, well, it's not an article, it's kind of like a source online, and it basically reveals the way in which Charles suffered a mental meltdown due to the treachery and the deception and the betrayal of his wayward, hot-headed, red-headed son, Harry. Okay? And I do believe it to be true because, let's face it, Charles walked Meghan down the aisle. Charles loved Harry with all of his heart. He felt very guilty for the way in which his relationship with Diana affected Harry's mental state when he was a young boy. And essentially that came in between them. And I think that he felt as though he had paid a high enough price and he had done more than enough in order to get his relationship to a healthy place with Harry. But then he realized after Harry went down this path with trashing the royal family, and he still continues to walk this path, that he hadn't done enough. And I think that did knock him for six, and that did shock him. Despondent Prince Charles suffered a secret emotional breakdown after he was viciously attacked by royal rebels Harry and his diva Duchess wife Meghan. Stunned when the callous renegades accused the royal family of racism and branded him an abusive dad, the 72-year-old sensitive heir to the throne collapsed in tears. Palace sources have said Charles desperately tried to put on a brave face after he was publicly vilified by Harry and Meghan, but in private the humiliation was far too much. And, you know, Meghan said that she was denied mental health support and mental health treatment, but I think that with the trauma that she, put other family members through, especially Prince Philip, the Queen, Charles, William, Kate, the shock of it all, I think that they were the people who really did need mental health support after she was finished, and she's not even finished because her and Harry are still at it. They're still vilifying members of the royal family. Charles desperately tried to put on a brave face after he was publicly vilified by Harry and Meghan, but in private, the humiliation was far too much, revealed a high-level courtier. He simply couldn't cope with the brutal torrent of hate being spewed by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They basically accused him of being a monster and blamed his mother, Queen Elizabeth, for making him that way. Charles can never forgive them. He may be the next king, but he is actually very shy and very sensitive. And yeah, that did come across during the time that he was with Diana. He tended to be more sensitive and more reserved than her, and she grew from strength to strength to strength in the marriage, and during the demise of their marriage, she became a lot more confident and comfortable, and he didn't like it. He didn't like the drama and the pizzazz and the media attention, very much like how Harry claims to not like it. So I think that maybe that's why he formed this strong attachment with Camilla and eventually married Camilla, because she's a wallflower and she is, what's the word for it? She's a modest character and she doesn't like the limelight, and she's not someone who would court too much attention either. So it says here, Charles can never forgive them. He may be the next king, but he's very sensitive, and I'm told he was in tears over the betrayals by his son and daughter-in-law. He sank into depression, and his wife Camilla was so worried she called in his doctors. Now Charles is quietly receiving treatment to get a grip on his anger and emotions. I'm told he's refusing all contact with Harry on doctor's orders, which is understandable because I wouldn't have any contact with Harry, especially after the things that he said. The simmering bitterness between the Sussexes and the royal family exploded in March, and probably that's why William didn't want the Queen to be there, and probably requested for his wife to not be there to protect them, and for Charles to not be there, because it would be very damaging for all of their mental health to be anywhere next to that toxic kind of energy, because he's extremely negative and toxic. And I think Harry immediately felt as though he wasn't going to be able to get away with his bullshit this time, so he ran off like a scrambling little coward straight back to California. The simmering bitterness between the Sussexes and the royal family exploded in March, a year after Harry and Meghan sensationally quit royal duties and fled to America. In a blockbuster CBS TV interview, the couple, now living in a $14 million Montecito, California mansion with son Archie II and Lily, trashed Harry's family. The former Suits actress, whose mum Doria Ragland is black and father Thomas is white, boldly accused the royals of racism. She claimed that before Archie's birth there were questions about how dark his skin would be, and she alleged wrongly he was denied the title prince because he is biracial. The couple also charged the royals refused Meghan help when she became depressed and suicidal. It was like the Sussexes lobbed a grenade into the palace, dished the sauce. Everyone, including Her Majesty, was outraged and horrified, but Harry wasn't done. In another TV interview special, he slammed his dad for making him suffer as a child and blamed his newly widowed grandmother for Charles's lack of caring. So he trashed all of their parenting skills like he's the best dad in the world. And we're yet to see what Harry and Meghan's handiwork will look like when they're finished dragging those kids all around the world and using them as some kind of commercial enterprise. We're going to see what their children are going to be saying about them in 20 years' time, right? Harry also likened the royal family to a prison where his father and brother Prince William were hopelessly trapped and could never escape. He said he got out before it destroyed him, but blasted Charles for cutting him off financially and refusing to take his calls, which we all found out was an out-and-out lie, because Harry was financially supported all the way up until early July. So that was a lie. Harry's cruel public jabs devastated his father, who'd bent over backwards to make him happy and Meghan happy, dished a sauce. Charles even walked Meghan down the aisle at their 2018 wedding after her father suffered a massive heart attack. Harry and Meghan only made things worse in June by hijacking Queen Elizabeth's private nickname, Lilibet, revealed the well-placed courtier. Harry didn't ask Her Majesty for permission. That was the final insult. Charles was heartbroken. He knows this bitter family rift threatens the future of the monarchy. The Prince of Wales refused to be alone with Harry in April, and he also refused to be alone with Harry again with Harry's most recent visit to Diana's statue unveiling and at the funeral of his late father, Prince Philip. The first time Harry returned to the UK after he and Meghan quit royal duties, Charles didn't want their private conversations being leaked or recorded, which we know that Harry probably would do, as others have been, dished to source. With hostilities escalating, Camilla ordered Charles, who did not respond to a request for comment, to camp out 400 miles away at his Scottish getaway. Balmoral said the insider Camilla wanted to avoid any chance of Harry forcing a face-to-face showdown if he joined his estranged brother William for the unveiling of a statue of their late mother, Princess Diana, on July 1st, which is true. It's convenient how none of them was around. But I think it was definitely for the best for all of their own mental health. So he didn't want to show down. And it would have been obviously her 60th birthday on the 1st of July. Camilla is terrified her husband's mental breakdown could lead to Queen Elizabeth changing the line of succession to the throne, leapfrogging Charles for William. It's no secret Camilla's lifelong dream is to be queen. She's determined to let nothing, and certainly not Hollywood wannabes Harry and Meghan, stop her. Her priority now is getting Charles to man up, push back against his fame-obsessed son and daughter-in-law, and take charge. And then there's an image there of Charles looking extremely distressed. Do I believe this? Yes. Do I think that Charles is fragile? Yes. I mean, what more can you really say? He has refused to abide by the Queen's never complain, never explain policy, as has the Queen. And they went out of their way to release to the media with immediate effects that Harry was given money. So that was a lie. He's yet to fight against the allegations of bad, poor parenting. But I think that in time he will speak out about that. But how can you really even come up with a response to your child who is so publicly dragging you with no real purpose or cause? I mean, all you can really do as a parent, because parents blame themselves anyway. for their failings when it comes to their children. So all he can really do is just watch in a state of shock, and he may be too fragile to respond, as this report has stated. He may be too fragile. So with all that being said, guys, yeah, there you have it. Harry is disrespectful, he's cruel, he's rude. I will be back with another video. Oh, and by the way, I have channel memberships open now. I've mentioned this in a few of my new most recent uploads. So if you would like to support this channel and you want to, you know, keep me on here creating this juicy content about this couple, you can subscribe to the channel. It starts at $1.99 a month. It's not a lot of money. It just shows me that you guys care and you're interested in what I'm doing. So yeah, you can do that. And with all that being said, guys, I will be back with another video. Bye, guys.